Hello everybody, and welcome back to Hutan Pantai. We're into April. Fair old bit of fair bit of fog down there. It's just coming up to lunchtime as well. The sky has cleared a bit, but the fog has yet to be burnt away. It's rather misty. However, we've got some contracts to do, and I've also picked up some implements from the store which we're going to have painted and sell on flipping. We're going to be flipping, stripping and flipping. We're stripping this field of oh dear, we're going to strip this field of the weeds that it doesn't seem to have. What's going on over there? See, I thought when you completed a contract it finished these bits off. I think we've got that field to do as well. And that's got weeds, so that's good. We can see weed can see what's going on there. See what I've done? Of course you did. I'm assuming these are weeding contracts. Oh, these are hoeing contracts. The big ones, the weeding contract. 10% already. How good's that? Absolute belter. But it seems pretty pointless me making you watch me do this inaccurate job with nothing going on, so I'll come back to you when I'm on the field up the hill. Deal? Deal. So much more fun when you can miss bits because you're not using the lines. How did we go on before? Back in the old days, pre-GPS. I mean, there was a way of trying to keep it as straight as possible. It meant using the coordinates in the HUD on the map, but it wasn't very easy. And it finishes. Right, let's lift that, pop her up. Let's have a word about the money, let them know we've done. Ooh, we can do that, we can do that. Well, we may as well pick up that as well, haven't we? Yes. So we've got that sort of plans a little trip back home for us, doesn't it, really? Lovely. Look at this, 5 minutes in, we're already 2 contracts down. I always forget to put a weight on, but there's a fair bit of weight on this. Reasonable amount. Oh, I do need to check the mod hub for garages as well. I'd like a I'd like a garage that has got a respray function, because if I'm flipping we can simulate bringing the vehicles back. Although for some reason just driving from the farm to the store does require repair and repaint costs. Well, it'd be interesting to see if it's the same amount of money or if it's the in-game store dealership that pays more. The ones I've done recently that I've flipped, I have made a fairly tidy bit of profit though. Oh. Yes, we've made a decent bit. I think there's only a couple of them that I've there's only a couple of them that I've come across. That have not yielded any money. Where's 5? Is that 5? That's got to be 5, isn't it? Across the road from the... Please be. Yes. Okay. I'll see you on field 5, because there's no point showing this one either. Going well, isn't it? Okie dokie. Job's a good one. On to the next one. I've topped everything up with fuel in one of the other episodes, the missing episodes that in 50 years will be unearthed in the loft of somewhere on a very old MacBook. And they'll go, oh look, that's one of the missing episodes back from 2025. The sound quality is shit. Wondering actually, because we've done quite a lot considering we're only... Ooh, I'll tell you what. Probably should have some row crop tyres, shouldn't we really? Ah well. I mean, if it was our field, then we'd need row crops. What's that? Is that carrot or something? I'm thinking I'm going to sell that root vegetable harvester. You imagine trying to do that? It's just too painful. But it's going to take a while to get that. We could end up being on here for quite a long time. What if we got to the point where we had some really big... We could end up with some... I mean, if we end up with loads and loads of money, we could end up sort of... some really big equipment. I'll tell you for why. That. Oh, look at that. That bad boy. Whee! Missed a bit. 230 grand was it? It's a problem when you're not got your GPS on, you can't drift off and do bits. 250 grand-ish. But you need to do a lot of P's for that. I love a lot. And how many harvests are you going to have to do for that to become financially viable? It would be quite interesting to do a playthrough where you've got a decent amount of land and you have to really get into debt in the hope that you can pay off the debt. I suppose the maximum you can go to is 1 million, so that doesn't really give you much scope, does it? When those sort of equipment's sort of £500,000 for a harvester. I wonder actually, I'm hoping these contracts should give us enough to repair and repaint the stuff that we've got at the store. Will it leave us enough to start the process of purchasing the extra field? I think it should do. But then, will we have enough to maybe look at doing the goat field? I think we could be looking about 50 to 60,000 for that, because I think we're just going to be fencing but extending the fence. That's where I think we're at. There's no sign of this update that's going to stop the fences when you delete them, making the animals disappear going. They've not said anything about any fixes coming soon. Well, having said that, by the time this goes out there could have been one. Just no communication. 16-bit, that's 16-bit farming simulator, which I thought was gonna say release date April the 1st. But I suppose we've got products we could run to town and sell, and then I could, ooh, I know what I want to buy. I know what I want to test out. Will it work? Might not work for this. Might be more suited to Oak Bridge. I think it might be vintage. I'll have to check off camera. It's not really an implement that we probably would massively benefit from on here at the minute. I'll shelve that little idea. But blimey, Charlie, we're getting through this pretty quick, aren't we? missed a bit. They've ruined it for the perfectionists, others, haven't they? Those completionists. Time we're only at 15 minutes. We're doing absolutely fantastic for time. Selling's not going to take too long. Garage has been on the phone. They said they've got potential purchasers for us. We've just got to settle the bills, and they'll organise the sales. Great bunch of guys. Love a bit of a Dragon's Den style investment on offers. We have got bales in the BGA. Probably makes sense to drive this up over to the store to move the equipment, but then we can certainly I think we'll have time to take the van out, drop some bits off at the temple, and probably run into town, come back, pick up our seeds from the store. Just trying to think if there was anything else. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty well at the minute. Let's actually get this lined up about there. May as well take that now, aren't we? There's more! We'll do that, that's right near us. Oh, come on. Home time jobs here. Lovely. Whee! Bit of home time work for us. I've missed that line, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. Should we break it up and put the... I've got to drive back down that way, so we'll go up to the store, sort out the selling. Then I'll head down, finish these jobs off, do the run around the shops. The hoe is definitely an investment that's worked out on this map. 100%. Yeah, definitely. Might be worth sticking a sprayer down at the new yard, although we could just not at the same time and just drive it up to our yard. There we go. Let's go and get some more money in the bank. Take this because we might need it for the improvements. To the store. Today is financially going to be a good day, I feel. I reckon we're going to be sitting on 100 grand at the end of it. We've not had many money making days really, and that 100 grand will get eaten up straight away, but I'm definitely going to need so we've got this mower, which really was, the mod was downloaded for the vintage series. However, I can't sit and go, that's not going to be in. I can't pick between the mods on something like this. I just add them all in. Ooh. We're going to be sitting at about 20 grand on that. So we might have lost a little bit on that. Okay, not to worry. That's the gamble that you take when you're doing it. This is too much. I sort of want to keep it, but the fields here are not aligned with it. If we had a vintage version, then I'd be interested in a conversation about it for the other series. I think I've left that outside too long. Yeah, I think we've lost a little bit on that as well. And then the trailer was about 40. Big old muck spreader. Again, we'll probably look at spreading digestate. We'll turn our muck into power, so we don't need something like this. Right, we're currently sitting down on money. So this is about 40. Oh yeah, biter. But that's jumped up 13 grand already. 40, 50, 60, 70 something. Early 70s. Yeah, we made money on that. That's 60 grand out on my imagination of being sitting on 100 grand. That's great guns, and we've still got a couple of decent contracts to knock out, plus some bits to sell in this episode. I am going to drive back to the farm. I shall see you there, dependent on what those two fields are looking like for weeds. I thought I'd clear both of these out, as neither of them had any weeds on, as I fully suspected. However, we can have a nice look at our wonderful buffalo spar. In fact, those bushes have started to flourish. Let's put some more. Yeah. Might have to get rid of that one. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Is this done? Yes, yes it is. Cash monies, and we've got 2 more. I mean, I'll leave that for now. There's a bit of a weeding addiction coming on. Weed addiction? That sounds like you get in trouble. What's that? That's flowers. Oh, the hell, weed addiction. Let's do it. I'm going to drop this off here though first. No, I'm not. I'm going to go do them. I'll come back to you. I'm going to do them. I'll get them done, then they're out of the way. And I'll come back to you with some deliveries ready to be made. I've got a weed addiction. You will spot up in the top right corner I have a contract still running, but it's 4:30 and well, it's a big contract, so it's a big field. It's this big one down there, just over that way. I did do the other 2 contracts that I've picked up already. I've got quite a bit of weight on the back of it. This is not a sensible load for this poor little truck that's desperate for some work. Desperate for a bit of a trip to the mechanics, but I should have used the trailer. I didn't realise it was going to spawn that many pallets though, to be fair. In my defence. And I'm having such a big run on the weeding that's being done. It's really foggy down here as well. Does the temple sit in fog? Surely not. It looks like it does, you know. Shocking. And they're desperate to get out and get used. So I'll just leave it where it is. 8 grand for that. What do we need? Requires still needs loads. Contracts. Oh, you're kidding me. Yes, please. I will take it. Why not? Why not? I've got that one completed. I've still got these 2 to do then. I'll do them off camera because it's going to be getting dark soon, and we'll end the episode dropping these bits off. We've had a very very productive day. Is that a tornado? Got a twister coming. What time's that going to be? Just planted everything. Now don't forget, best part of 80 grand of this money is going to be going into that oat field. I've committed to that now. What time is the through the night? So I probably won't get any footage of that for the next episode, I imagine, unless those hoeing contracts just continue forever. I don't know why I'm just quite enjoying doing the hoeing contracts. It's quite... But they're not good to show if there's no actual weeds on show. Again, something I thought would have been fixed by now. But you know, we're only 6 months in. Pretty sure in 22 a lot of this was sorted out pretty quickly. Can I remember which way? I think that's the right here. Yes, this is the way. And I may as well say at this point, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, drop us a like. If you've not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Have I gone past it? There's something behind me. I'm going to have to go round. I'll have to go round. Too risky, I can't see out my mirror because of what's there. But if you got any comments or suggestions as well, feel free to pop them in the comments and suggestions section. Oh, I sneezed right at the end. I managed to get all the way through, and then the pollen got me. I feel like if I let go on this, it's going to drop. Come on, mate. 10 grand. Drag them in. Interesting. And another 1,500 quid. Lovely. Come on, nearly 200 grand. Plus there's about another 15 grand to come from contracts. Potentially we could be buying... We could just check before the end of the episode. Any more? Oh, yes. Another 20 grand there. Right, hold on a minute. Hold up. Let's get serious a moment here. Oof. What's planted on them? Not rice, is it? Parsnips and red beet. Oh, no. No, I've just sold that harvester. The two main fields that I want now. Anywho, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.